Hey guys, we're on to sign number 2. Are you an HSP or an HSD? Well, technically it's for people only. So, sign number 2 is a big one. It is. Are you affected by feedback, either negative or positive? And I would say that one is 100% my biggie. So, negative feedback. Let me give you some stories. I remember, somewhere around university era, being at home and having the task of raking. Well, if you know my father, he is one for not positive feedback, but a lot of negative feedback. And apparently I can't rake. I was doing it wrong. I was told I was doing it wrong. I don't know how you can rake wrong, but somehow I was raking wrong. So I threw the rake and took off because why? Why put up with that? I couldn't take that criticism. There was no need for it, for one. Well, I felt there was no need for it. So that's one story. Along the same lines, weirdly, fast forward many years later, I was working a job, and at the end of the day, one of the tasks is to sweep the floors. Apparently, along the lines of raking, I also cannot sweep. So I was criticized for my sweeping from the boss at that current time. Of course, at a job, I couldn't throw the broom and walk away. So I angrily boiled inside, and I'm like, it's just sweeping. What is the big deal? Years later, I still think about that when I sweep, to be honest. And I'm like, apparently I can't sweep, but whatever. I'm going to have to sweep my own house, So, yeah, those are two examples, and both apparently involve pulling things with a long tool that I apparently can't do. So basically, any negative feedback slash what I think as criticism, I'll honestly think about it for like days and apparently years later. So yeah, this one's 100%, especially for the negative feedback. That leads me to telling you that essentially this characteristic has essentially made me a perfectionist. Unfortunately, perfectionist is not a good thing because it basically makes you not want to try things. If I think that I won't be good at something, I won't try it. And it kind of limits your life, to be honest. That's kind of what these YouTube videos are all about, because remember last video, I told you I was aiming for perfection. I wanted the perfect sound. Oh, do we get the perfect light? Even today's video, it was like, the light's not quite great here. Let me move over here. Okay, yeah. So I don't want perfection. I can't have perfection because perfection has limited my life, to be honest. Okay, so positive feedback. Let's go to that. Yes, I think when I came across this, I was thinking about that. And yeah, I think I do thrive on the positive feedback and really hope for the positive feedback. And I really think it helps my motivation. It certainly helps my self-esteem, that's for sure. I know that shouldn't be the case, but it definitely is. As a hobby, I do adult coloring, and I tend to post the good ones on social media. And I'm starting to wonder if I'm posting that to like just get some feedback back. Well, positive feedback for sure. And then I was also thinking, when I was a kid in school, I was the kid that raised my hand to answer the questions. And then I was starting to wonder, was I looking for the positive feedback from my teachers and to tell me, oh yeah, you're a smart kid. Yes. And going back to some daddy issues, I feel like I've always tried to get my dad's positive feedback, and I don't think he really knows how to do that. And yeah, I'm older now and I still want that, and I don't feel like I'm ever really going to get that in my life, and I just kind of have to deal with that. All right, moving on to dogs. This one's kind of obviously odd for dogs, so we're going to talk about positive versus negative feedback a little. We're not feedback, positive and negative reinforcement for dogs. So in Dr. Bream's research, she found that negative reinforcement led to more behavior problems in dogs. So when we got Lowie, we were looking into various training methods, obviously, because you have to decide what you're going to do. And the negative or aversive methods never sat right with me. People were saying, okay, you got to do this. You got to act like the alpha. Oh, you got to use prong collars. Oh, you got to do this, that. And I'm like, no, right from the start with this dog, it never sat right with me. So, or with my husband, to be honest, I don't feel like he could ever be mean to anybody. So we went with the positive methods. We found several trainers, and my husband's cousin is also a positive reinforcement trainer, so we got advice from her as well. And that works definitely best for Lowie. We use positive reinforcement training, and we use consent-based training, and I will put an example of the consent-based training in a video here, as well as some other videos of training I'll probably put throughout the video too, so you might have already seen those. Yeah, so I mean, I can't talk a lot about this for dogs because, I mean, he's enthusiastic with training. He definitely loves the positive reinforcement. He thrives off of the good boys and the treats. And yeah, I tend to yell, especially if I get too fed up with his barking. But he doesn't understand yelling anyway, so he really doesn't respond to it. So it's kind of just a waste of breath. So basically for the bark training and reactivity that he's doing, we have to focus on positive reinforcement as well. Telling him when he does a good job, as opposed to telling him when he's doing a bad job, because that really does not work. So yes, I'll put up my list right now and say absolutely yes for both of us on this one. Well, for Lowie, positive feedback, definitely. As I said, we don't use negative feedback a lot. And for me, yes, I thrive on positive feedback and really, really don't do well with negative feedback at all. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you for sign number 3 next time.